This terrifying video is from Nepal. This building is 5 stories high and the water is even higher. And those standing here didn't even get 10 seconds to react. These images are from the Nepal-Tibet border. The Tibet Immigration Center, where everything was fine 1 second, and the next everything was destroyed. The devastation Nepal faced today was witnessed by the whole world, and it left the world trembling. Because the flood originating from Tibet has swept through and trampled Nepal. India is distressed because, along with Nepal, 105 of our own people are missing. The people who were going to Kailash for a pilgrimage are now unreachable by phone. More than 30 soldiers have been swept away, along with their police station. Those who were meant to rescue are missing themselves. 60 workers were inside a tunnel when the entire river surged at its mouth. A dam broke. A helicopter arrived to rescue, but had to return empty because no land remained for it to land. And this water has not stopped. It is coming to Bihar in the form of the Gandak River. 8 districts are on alert. But if you think these images are the most terrifying thing, you are wrong. Because the most terrifying thing is the negligence. 13 months ago, the same river caused similar destruction. Investigations were held and reports were made. That report stated that this would happen again. But perhaps everything was just filed away in reports. And after that, nature showed what it had previously warned about. So this is not a surprise from nature. What Nepal is enduring is a declared death. Only the date remained to be set, and that is why today the question regarding this Nepal tragedy is, when everything was known, who left hundreds of lives on that path? Is this a natural disaster? Or are we responsible for this? Hello, I am Shubhankar Mishra, and today the whole world is praying for Nepal. But along with prayers, today we will understand where this water came from. When the warning was issued 13 months ago, why? Why weren't lessons learned from it? On Wednesday, August 26, around 8:30 a.m., something happens in the Lade River on the Tibet side. A rumble. Eyewitnesses say the sound was like a volcanic eruption. And as this river flows down, it is called the Bote Koshi. It started from there and reached directly the gate through which all trade between Nepal and China passes. And at the same border, that gate through which Lord Shiva's pilgrims enter Tibet and head to Kailash. Meaning that morning, death chose the very gate where the most people were standing. Truck drivers, laborers, police, and passengers. After this, at 9 a.m., this flood reaches Rasua, Gadi. And this is where that CCTV scene occurs. Customs, trucks, immigration, everything is swept away. At 5:15 a.m., the news reaches the district's top official. By then, the water has already swallowed Tinur Bazaar. And there is one thing to note here, the whole story hinges on this. It was not raining in Rasua that day. The district official himself said it, meaning this was not a cloudburst flood. This water had come from somewhere else. The water races, whatever came in its path, villages, markets, it swallowed them all. The settlements. It passed as quickly as it came, leaving behind mud, debris, and silence. If you calculate this devastation, you realize what this water swallowed in Nepal. First, it swallowed the protectors. From the border down to the valley, 3 police posts were washed away. 32 soldiers are missing, meaning those whose duty it was to save others are now being searched for. Second, 60 people in the tunnel of the Langtang Hydro Project were working in the dark inside the mountain. They had no idea what was happening outside. The entire river surged at the tunnel's mouth. No news from inside. Everything destroyed. Third, the helipad was washed away. Helicopters had to return. Roads are cut off. Army soldiers are rescuing children using rocks for support. Dams were damaged when the dam of the 216 megawatt Upper Trishuli project broke. The dam's stored water joined the mountain-sized flood. It entered Trishuli Bazaar and washed everything away. 13 power projects are shut down, and 22 deaths have been confirmed. But this figure is small because contact has been lost with nearly 400 people. 21 are foreigners, 105 are Indians, 37 are NRIs. Most of them are on the Kailash route. Now, it is an irony that those going to Shiva's abode are trapped on the path of Shiva's lakes. Although missing does not necessarily mean dead. Power has been swept away. Roads are blocked. People are also being found safe. Figures are changing every hour, but there is fear. Across the border, the situation is even worse. The port in Tibet where Kailash pilgrims enter, dozens of people have been swept away there. The situation is such that China's Xi Jinping himself had to order a search. Here, Nepal's PM Belan Shah has appealed to people living along the riverbanks to remain alert. India's also talking about providing help. It is being said that 8 people have been rescued alive. 12 helicopters are engaged. But the story is not over yet. Water is still trapped in the mountains above. The administration has clearly stated that another wall could break at any time. But the question now is, when there was no rain, where did so much water come from in the mountains of Nepal? And the answer is quite simple. Above the Himalayas are glaciers, mountains of ice. The earth is getting warmer, they are melting, and the melted water often forms a lake right on top of the glacier. And what is the wall of this lake? Not rock, but debris of ice. One day it breaks and the entire lake crashes down in one go. Science calls it a glow-off. In local terms, a water bomb hanging on the mountain. Scientists from Kathmandu University say that an ice mountain fell into the river. The river was blocked. Water accumulated behind it and that wall burst. That same morning, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake occurred in Tibet. Now some say the earthquake caused it, others say the lake burst. Everyone is reporting something different. But the truth is that this bomb had already exploded in this valley before. We knew that yes, this could happen. There were no preparations. On July 8, 2025, this same river had brought a pond from Tibet. 9 people died. 19 were missing. The friendship bridge connecting Nepal and China was washed away, and this route for the Kailash Yatra was broken for months. At that time, it was clearly written in the satellite reports of international scientists to the Nepal government that it could happen again. And that is why today we have some questions for the Nepal government. How much does a siren cost? Why did no one make this calculation after July 2025? It takes time for the water to reach Timur in Tibet. A 10-minute warning could save hundreds of lives. But who stole those 10 minutes? Question number 2 is also for China. The lake is in Tibet. Monitoring is in China's hands. After July 2025, was real-time data sharing started with Nepal? And if it was, then why are we forced to see this day? These are all questions. And let's assume every lake cannot be monitored. At the very least, sirens could have been installed in the valley. In that valley where devastation struck 13 months ago. There are many scary pictures like that of the JCB driver. He didn't know. Just like we didn't know. Everyone was working. And the truth is that a disaster ask before it comes. No alert, no caution, no message. One sound and everything is gone. These images are disturbing. And this devastation didn't even spare man's gods. This floodwater ran 100 kilometers to reach Narayanhiti, where the statue of Lord Buddha stood. It reached right to his feet, to the very symbol of peace. Did the travel agencies organizing Kailash packages know this route was devastated? Did they tell the travelers how high risk the route was? Did they make them sign a high risk waiver? No. 13 months ago when we reported that a glow-off happened here, there was a question for the Indian government as well. Was there any advisory for the Kailash Yatra? Any risk assessment before so many citizens arrived? These bombs are not just hanging over Nepal. Look at Chamoli in 2021, over 200 deaths in Sikkim. These bombs we are talking about, these bursting dams, they are hanging everywhere here too, in Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Sikkim. Since Sikkim, how many warning systems have been installed on our lakes? How many promises have been fulfilled? All these questions are extremely important. So to sum up this whole story in simple words, on the morning of August 26, walls of water came from Tibet. It swallowed Rasua, Nepal. 22 people have died. Hundreds are missing. It is true that nature caused this, but this is only a half-truth. The whole truth is this. Nature had a rehearsal 13 months ago. It gave a warning, a written one, but we did not understand. Nature sends the flood, but the system sends the death without a warning. If any one of yours is stuck, the emergency number to the Indian Embassy in Kathmandu is on your screen, plus 777 9851. USA. There are other numbers too, 985-128-895. Don't lose hope, people are being found. We will keep you updated, but do you consider this incident a natural disaster, the result of human negligence, or both? Do share your answers in the comments section.